understand. I think, look, the gender differences are obviously very important to the story, and even if you didn't know the author's feminist history, you could tell that the gender differences are very important to the author, at least as displayed in the story. This is life in the rural Great Plains of 100 years ago. It's an arduous life. It's a farming life. And there's a division of labor of different spheres. The women tend the inside. They tend the kitchen and the hearth. They provide for the dailiness of daily life. And the job of the men is arduously to make a living, and at least through the law to protect and keep the peace. It's connected with different views of the world. I mean, the women have a much more interior view of things, whereas the men look at the surface. The men look for the evidence, the women see through the evidence to its meaning. I mean, the men are coldly rational, the women attend life through feeling. And maybe those are products of culture of the time. Maybe they have something to do with differences in men and women. The story shows the inadequacy, never mind the condescension of the men. The story shows the inadequacy of a merely male-oriented, external, rational understanding of the events of life. The men are supposed to be making it possible for domestic life to flourish. But they can't read the truth of domestic life in the kind of way that makes them understand this particular assault on domestic life. It's only the women who understand what it is that's to be defended that enables them really to see the truth of what's happened.
But it's not simply on the basis of their feeling. They see evidence that the men would never even look at. And our attention is drawn over and over again to their discernment and their seeing.
No, but isn't that connected with their empathy? It seems to me at every point it's the women's empathy that enables them to see things that the men don't see. So that their superior cognition is really linked to some kind of emotional intelligence, or...
I mean, the men are obtuse. They don't see very well. But there is at least, if you simply set it up in this kind of stark way and you sort of dismiss the perspective of the men, you lose in a way the opportunity to really think as a puzzle. Who has which sort of orientation is closest to doing the work of justice and judging and enforcing the law?